Hi YouTube, Joel from Jonesy's, and today's a fun day. I get to show off some of our hard work and give you guys the build details on this really nice 1969 K20 Chevrolet truck. Thanks for watching. So this truck has been in the shop for quite some time now, and we are all finished. So the customer originally bought a transmission from us through the Adventure Vehicles Northwest website, the NV4500, that he was going to use in this truck. And after we started talking, he decided he was going to turn the build over to me and my team here, and we were going to get it done for him. So it started out with a significant amount of rust. I'll show you guys that video collage next. We have brought it back up from all of the rust to its current state, which is a totally classic, totally timeless 1969 K20 Chevrolet truck. So we kept the 69 grille, and after a lot of back and forth, the owner decided he wanted to have the full trim package, and so we put all of the trim on the truck. And let me tell you, that was a challenge to get all of this trim to work out pretty well. We retrofitted in a Blazer gas tank, fuel tank right there, mounted it in the back, and then plumbed in a side filler neck right here. So no more fumes inside the cab with that behind the seat fuel tank. We color matched the bed with the spray-in liner to match the ochre color, and then obviously you can see we two-toned with the factory white. All original colors, but in a base coat, clear coat. Full 2.5 inch exhaust with some nice stainless tips. Very classic retro step bumper, and all the trim around the rear taillights. He does plan on towing a boat, so we outfitted it with the 7-way trailer plug as well as the receiver hitch. So sitting on 16-inch wheels, again, very classic styling. This is what kind of a modified truck always used to look like back in the day, but now it's got all of the modern amenities. So let me take you inside the truck. Went with some aftermarket gauges, which is really nice because it allows you to calibrate the speedometer. And then the white face actually matches some of the two-tone that we did on the interior. So went with the custom auto sound, retro style stereo, and then added in the Bluetooth. So this truck's got the Bluetooth. Opted not to go for a headliner now, maybe a little bit later. Went with a vintage air conditioning system. And they're pretty cool because you modify your existing controls. So the whole entire dash on this truck really appears to be totally stock. Obviously the stock surround, really cool clock in the middle, as well as a nice 10,000 RPM tach. So gauge cluster looked really turned out really nice. I'm very pleased with that. Kept a stock reproduction steering wheel. I will admit it is a little big, like not that much space underneath here, but it works and steers great, so that's good. Went back and forth as to what to do with the seat. So what I ended up deciding on was going with the 1969 like Camaro style houndstooth inserts with the fully wrapped exterior in leather. So we've got houndstooth inserts with top grain black leather on the outside. With this ochre and white color, it's sometimes difficult to integrate in any kind of other colors. And again, we wanted to go for this retro kind of classic timeless look on this build. So same thing on the door panels. We took the door panels, we upholstered the factory door panels. Again, leather wrap with the houndstooth insert. This truck just is awesome because it sounds really good. We've got Flowmaster mufflers on it, which I'll show you guys underneath when we put it on the lift. But this is, like I said, this is kind of a very classic build, a very nostalgic build. Nothing super duper, no LS, just an old school big cam small block with a carburetor. So let me show you the goods underneath the hood here. So under here, again, we tried to keep everything as clean and as color matched as we could. The customer supplied us with a crate engine. I don't know the exact details on it, but I believe it's somewhere in the 400 horsepower range. And it was already dyno tuned, ready to go. So again, deleted the factory heater section, went with the vintage air, and then kept all of the V-belt style pulleys because they just fit so much better in these trucks than some of the aftermarket serpentine stuff. So maintained a mechanical fan. It's got a clutch fan, factory shroud, high flow, heavy duty aluminum radiator. And then because this cam is so big, it's got hydro boost. So went to CPP for the hydro boost kit. Did the American Auto Wire update wiring harness. So you can see there it mounts in the factory location and has 2 mega fuses. And there's a good shot of our color matched engine with the chrome, everything. Like I said, just super clean, simple build, nothing crazy. No hard to tune fuel injection, just a good old fashioned 4-barrel carb and a big cam small block. Hard to beat that package. Before we put it on the lift, I'll go ahead and start it up so you guys can hear it. Car guy if hearing a motor like that doesn't get you going, because that just sounds so good in a big truck like this. So next thing, we'll go ahead and put it up on the lift and show you guys the underside of this truck. Here we've got the 69 K20 truck up on the lift. I wanted to go through some of the chassis details with you guys. First off, the customer sourced a disc brake Dana 44 8 lug axle to swap in, obviously open knuckle. Went with a red head steering box with the ports specifically to add the hydro assist if needed. I don't think it's gonna need it, but we have the option there. Went inline tube with all of the brake lines as well as the fuel lines. As you can see, we color matched the engine. Went with JB Conversion's cable shift on the transfer case. You can see it's right there. Actually, that kit operates really smoothly. This is an advanced adapter, NV4500 conversion bell housing, and then one of our NV4500 transmissions. The transfer case was a little bit of a challenge to get in, but we decided to go with the factory 32 spline NP208 transfer case, just because then it's a direct bolt into the NV4500 and it'll provide nice smooth operation, quiet, and will work really well. Built a custom transmission mount utilizing one of the original cross members. Here you can kind of see our clutch linkage. full 2.5-inch exhaust with some Flowmaster Delta Flow. Ran a crossover tube right below the rear yoke there. But again, underneath here you can see just everything super clean, all color matched. Sprayed nice textured undercoating on all of the body components. And then coming to the back, it's running a full 14 volt, full float rear differential. And like I said earlier, we got the Blazer fuel tank. Ran some regular stainless tips, exit behind the rear wheels. And then everything underneath here is just kind of clean and detailed. It's not a show truck, it's gonna be used. Went with the Eldorado style rear brakes. So it's got the emergency brake built into the rear disc, so 4-wheel disc. And that's just about it on the underside. There's a nice shot of those retro style wheels. Running a 315/75 R16 tire. Not sure what that is, an equivalent height, but I think that's about a 35. So anyway, if you like these videos, please hit the subscribe button, post your comments. Thanks for watching.